Hey, JK here. I want to thank you for sharing part of your day with me.
Y'all ready for this?
Week 11 is in the books, and we had a good week. I'm just go ahead and say that. We had a good week. I'm looking forward to talking about it. It was a little scary here and there, but again, we were able to come out with some positive outcomes. And now looking ahead to week 12, there's a looming little bit in the air that I'm going to have to figure out. But again, it's Wednesday. We're going to have a few more days to get on the right track. But hold on, we're not talking about week 12 right now. We're talking about week 11, and we're going to go ahead and get started with the Peach Creek Purgatory team. Now, as you all know, we have capped starts at 12 in this league per week. I utilize bulk relievers a good bit. Well, we were able to come out on top, but the commissioner decided that I went over a start. Okay, very quickly messaged him, was like, hey man, it was a bulk relief, not an actual start. He said, I'm looking into it. And you can see he was able to make amends for it. Very happy. We were able to come out on top, 966 to 921. Now, despite the win by like 30 or 40 points, it was so much closer than I ever thought it was going to be, because going into Sunday, I was down by 130 points. That was very scary. So luckily, I had 3 pitchers left and a few bulk relievers. He had 0 pitchers left. Advantage me. Therefore, I absolutely used it. And I was over to score 200 and some odd points. That was great. I was able to come back. Obviously, I won, but it was scary. My top scorer was Mr. Otto Lopez with 65. Now I have 3 guys tied with 50 points. Mr. Ketel Marte, Mr. Christian Walker, and Mr. Matt Olson. On the other side, I had some guys get hurt, Brent Rooker and Ronald Acuna. They only got me 1 point each, so that stinks. But then I had some pitchers that let me down big time. Framber Valdez. Brother, you got me like 2 or 3 points. Like, really? Then we're going to shift from former Astro to current Astro and go to Kai Wei Ting. He also got me only 3 points. And then Jeff King, a relief pitcher who I thought was going to do bulk for the Marlins, like midway through the week or whatever. He got me -2, so that stinks. But it wasn't the worst thing in the world. I guess it could have been more. Avila, something like that. The pitcher for the Royals, who I was thinking about picking up, got -24. Wow. As we do the adds and drops, a lot of them were bulk pickups, so that was good. Sean Manaea, he actually got a traditional start against, it was the Braves, and he actually did really good. I don't think I'm going to do that tomorrow for the Phillies, though. I'm a little too scared. I also picked up Tristan Peters, outfielder for the White Sox, who's actually quietly doing pretty good. He's got like a 298 batting average now, so not the worst thing in the world. I also picked up John King, the reliever for the Marlins, who got me -2 points. Javier Assad, because my boy Jameson Taillon went down with a hamstring injury. He's out till at least after the daggone All-Star break. That hurts my heart because I'm a big Taillon fan. But then these next 2 guys, holy cow, they did great for me. Not saying Javier Assad didn't, because I think he got me like 20 or 30 points. But these next 2 guys, I didn't start Eric Fetty, because he was projected to be a starter, but he actually did bulk, so I should have started him, but it is what it is. I don't want to get a penalty. And then Miles Mikolas, he got me 32 points. Woo! Now, would I have won without him? Barely. That 32-point cushion made me feel a whole heck of a lot better. Now, as we move to the people we dropped, we had to drop some guys that really hurt my heart, because I wanted to keep them as long as I could, but we just couldn't, man. Emilio Pagan, which of course he's gonna go on a rehab assignment here soon, so might look at picking him back up. Of course, John King, we got rid of him. Victor Caratini, because Mr. Kirk came back, and I didn't start Kirk on his first day back. He got me like 19 points. And I started Caratini, he got me like 1. So then I flip-flopped him, and then Caratini hit a home run, and Kirk didn't play. So, yep, that sounds about right for me. Those are dropped Kai Wei Ting, Drew Anderson, and Sean Manaea. Kai Wei Ting did not have a good start, his second start of the week, and Drew Summers would have wasted one of my starts this week, so I'm glad we got rid of those. Sean Manaea, I'm still not sure if I'm going to pick him up or if I'm going to trust him, because, again, he has a start, an actual start, not bulk relief start, against the Phillies tomorrow. I'm thinking about it, but I don't know. Overall, I am 10-1-0 in this league. However, this could be a freaking butt kick this week. I am currently down 240 points. How did you get down by that many points? Well, I have only started 2 pitchers this week. The other guy has started 6. And I think he starts another 2 tonight, though it doesn't seem like it. I'm in good shape because I still have all these pitchers left, and I'm still going to be picking up bulk relievers. So I'm not saying I'm not worried. I'm also saying that I definitely have room to jump back into it. Now, here's the thing. My opponent has Garrett Cole, Zach Wheeler, Dustin May. Of course, Dustin May has like 69 points. Nice. And of course, he's going to have this great game when someone's playing him against me. Go figure. In any case, me and my bulk relievers are going to do what we need to do and do what we always do and come back and make it happen. The next team we're going to talk about is the Russell My Jim James team. Now, this was a good week for us. Really happy with how things went, but it could have been better. At one time, we were leading 14-0, but it is what it is. We ended up winning overall 12 categories to 1 category to 3 categories. We did fall short in wins, and we did fall short in strikeouts, but we knew we were going to do that. That is what we consciously give up so that we can win holds, saves, ERA, and WHIP. So, not terribly worried about those, but it would have been nice to blank them. Top producer was Alec Burleson. 6 extra base hits, 5 home runs, 8 RBIs. Woo-hoo! And you did that with like a 260 batting average. Not bad. We also had Mr. Wilson Contreras have 5 extra base hits, 3 home runs, and a pretty gnarly 318 batting average. That was pretty good. We also had at least 4 extra base hits, 3 home runs, and 6 RBIs from both. That's right, 2 guys had this. And of all people, one of them was Matt Chapman. Yeah, but the other one was Hunter Goodman, so we kind of expect that. Otto Lopez had 2 stolen bases and a 400 batting average, 407 to be exact. And then Mr. Christopher Sanchez had 13 strikeouts and a win. Then on the other side, he also had a very subpar start against the Brewers. I mean, that makes sense, but dang, man. Dang, 4 runs? Not great, but hey, we'll give you a clunker, buddy. There are other pitchers who also had clunkers, including starting pitchers Robbie Ray and Christian Scott, and relievers Jose Ferrer. Oh, man, dude. You were like a golden goose for me in that bullpen because Gabe Spire's not on it. You're the only other lefty, but it's all good. I'll give you a little bit of time. Brad Keller, who actually got hurt and should be out for a while. So, again, you were a nice piece of that bullpen in the Philly rotation of relievers because, you know, they had some guys like Alvarado not doing great. Duran does what he does. Ryan Kirkering, he does his thing, but really like Brad Keller. And then Yandre Gomez, however you say his name. Anyway, he did well for me, got me some saves, but then also had less than subpar outing with a 7+ ERA. Batting wise, both Lars Nootbaar and Nolan Arenado had 12+ at bats and had a 167 or lower batting average. That's not great. Moving on over to the adds and drops, we added Christian Scott. And we dropped Miguel Andujar and Robbie Ray because we had someone coming off of IL, so that was good. Woo! Overall, 92, 56, and 28. Not bad, but also not great. That means we are less than 10 wins a week. That's not great, but again, we're sitting at, 8 wins a week right now, 8 and some change. We definitely need to have more. While Ricky Bobby believes that if you're not first, you're last, we are not first overall, but we are first in our division. So we're kind of first. We would make the playoffs if it started today, so that's the important thing. We need to at least keep winning as many categories as possible, and we cannot look back. Now we're going to move to the South Harmon Institute of Technology, and this was a freaking nail biter. Much closer than it should have been because I was playing one of the worst teams in the league. Go figure, that's my luck. I was able to come out with a victory though. Woo! The updated score was 10-7-1. I believe this says it's 9-6 to whatever it else. But in any case, we come out with a win, and that's the important thing, right? I did fall short in 2 categories I really wish or think I could have won. Stolen bases, I fell short by 1, and total bases, I fell short by 3. So had Wilson Contreras not had 2 home runs on Sunday, I would have won the total bases, or Saturday whenever he hit him, because home run is 4 total bases, and I, of course, lost by 3. So, in any case, it's all good. Let's get to the people that helped us get this not big win, but double-digit win. Matt Olson had 15 total bases, 3 home runs, and 4 RBIs. Come on, guys, get on base. If he's putting the ball over the fence, you need to be on base so I can get some more RBIs and or runs if you're on my team. Troy Johnson had 14 total bases, 1 home run, and 6 RBIs, while Dalen Lyle had 13 total bases, 7 RBIs, and 2 stolen bases. Christopher Sanchez had 13 strikeouts and 1 win, while Mr. Brian Baker, Cade Smith, and Paul Sebald all had 2 saves each. On the other side, we did not have as good of an outing as we wanted from Mr. Rico Garcia. He had one of our 2 losses, while our man Spencer Strider had the other loss. I don't know if I'm going to keep Spencer Strider because that's a very sad realization. He was put on the 60-day DL today, so he's not going to be back until like, what? We're in June, July, August, like mid to late August at absolute soonest. So, yikes, he might be a cut for me, dog. Then batting wise, Freddie Freeman, Salvador Perez, and Bryce Turang had batting averages between .083 and 217. What? Bryce Turang was 2 for 24. He was hitting the .083. Come on, dog. As drops, we added TJ Rumfeld, first and third baseman for the Rockies because he's a hot commodity. Getting on base, hitting home runs. I think he's up to double digits now, so that's pretty cool. And he's got a decent number of walks. That's not terrible, right? And then we dropped Nick Gonzalez because he can get on base, but he can't get around the bases. Overall, we have 103 wins, 62 losses, and 33 ties. Definitely don't like those losses. Not as happy about the ties, but again, we have 100+ wins. I'm happy. I'm not content. We need to keep racking them up. So I'll leave it at that. Let's move on to the Kent Murphy Dingers, where this week was a pretty comfortable win for me. There was a little bit of time where I'm like, oh, we can make it close, but we came out with a win 7-3. Our top contributor was Mr. Nick Kurtz, 4 home runs and 7 RBIs. Then we had 3 home runs and 4+ RBIs each from Mr. Hunter Goodman and Matt Olson. We had 2 home runs each from Mr. Raleigh Green, Alec Burleson, and Corbin Carroll. We had 13 strikeouts in a win from Mr. Christopher Sanchez, 14 strikeouts in a win from Mr. Logan Webb. And on the other side, Tigers teammates Kevin McGonigal and Raleigh Green, along with Brewers Bryce Turang and Angel Zach Neto, all had batting averages 176 or below. Yikes. Also, Josh Jung hit 200 for the week and had 1 run. That was it. And then pitching wise, Brian Wu, Lord have mercy. Figure out what's going on, and Mr. Christopher Sanchez, you're allowed 1 clunker, so there you go. As we move to the ads drops, we had someone going on the IL, Mr. Brent Rooker, so we had an open spot on our team, and that went to Mr. Ezekiel Duran, who promptly went 0 for 4 for me, so that's not great. The win this week brought us to 9-1-2, still number 1 overall, both in our division and in the standings, so let's not screw this up. Let's keep it going, win regular season, and win the ship, baby. Now let's move on to the Cucumbas, where this was much closer than it needed to be and much closer than it should have been. However, I still pulled out the win 5-4. The only reason I won was because I'm pretty sure they did not change their lineup and they tied with me in RBIs with 38. I won all the pitching. He won all of the batting except for RBIs. That was too freaking close for comfort. As we move to the production, there wasn't really a ton to talk about. Yes, Raleigh Green had 2 home runs. Yes, Dingler and Troy Johnston both had 6 RBIs. Then we move to the pitching. Logan Webb, 14 Ks and a win. Sanchez, 13 Ks and a win. Gregory Soto, Paul Sewald, and Cade Smith all had 2 saves. That was our production. And you'll know that's all our production when we tell you that Brandon Marsh, Raleigh Green, Alec Boehm, and Sal Stewart all had batting average below 176. Yikes, not great. Then we had very subpar starts from Brian Wu. We knew that. Christopher Sanchez. That was kind of odd. Ohtani, did he get hurt? And then Arrighetti Spaghetti. Every one of those had a subpar to bad outing. So, again, you're allowed a clunker. Brian Wu, what's wrong with you, dude? Anyway, as we move to the ads and drops, we added Hurston Waldrop and dropped Brandon Nimmo. Hopefully that didn't come back to bite us. And now the last thing we're talking about is the Cheese Weasels, where we're sitting pretty nice. I don't mind this. We've jumped all the way up 99. Woohoo, boy! And 4th place? I'll take it. We had 2 home runs from Yordan Alvarez, 1 from Zach Neto, and 1 from Liam Hicks. We also had 1 stolen base each from Trey Turner, Christian Yelich, Zach Neto, and Casey Schmidt, along with 2 from Mr. Dalen Lyle. We had 1 win each from Jacob Latz, Abney Uribe, and Mr. Logan Webb, while we had 2 holds from Jason Adam and 2 saves each from Devin Williams, Jacob Latz, and Paul Sewald. On the other side, we had 2 losses from Alex Lang, 1 from Mr. Spencer Strider, and 1 from Paul Skeens. We didn't have any blown saves, so that was good. As we moved to the ads and drops, it was mainly focused around pitching. We did add outfielder Joshua Baez, who is absolutely going crazy at AAA. There's got to be something to make the Cardinals pull him up, because he just had a 4 home run game yesterday. Like, wow. We also then added Hurston Waldrop, Stephen Kolek, and Alex Lang. We dropped Stephen Kolek after a start and also Abner Uribe. So there we go. It didn't come back to bite us because he didn't do too much for us. So we thought we were going to get bit because Meagle went down or was hurt or day to day last week, but it's all good. Now to do it for the recaps, let's talk about the people you should add. You heard me say his name a few times, Hurston Waldrop. I'm going to tell you now, you can't pick him up if you're in the league with me because I have him in all of my leagues. He could be an absolute gem of a rotation piece for that absolutely nasty Braves offense. Despite not being able to get people on bases for Matt Olson, that's fine. The slumping Austin Riley and a hurt Ronald Acuna, maybe they're not nasty. But when you have the power of my boy Matt Olson, all things are possible. And I believe in him. But in all seriousness, I really do believe that Hurston Waldrop is going to be able to take a step forward and help this Braves offense by limiting the number of runs. So the offense is going to have to put up much. I also believe you need to look at, of all pitchers for the Cardinals, George Soriano. And he's the best reliever of them. Riley O'Brien just hasn't been with it this, past few weeks. But he's still on my team. He's still getting me saved, so I'll take that. But Soriano's definitely the best in that bullpen. Mormal may very well go. Stanek, he might also go. I don't think he'll go Swanson. That's Vanson. Swanson. I think he'll go him. I like JoJo Romero. JoJo Romero did step in as closer for the Cardinals last year. Stanek has had some time with the Rays, had some time with the Mets, I believe. So that's why I say he could go with him because they're more experienced than George Soriano. But I personally like Soriano, especially in the holds league. So if you have holds, look for him. If you're looking for some sneaky saves, someone in that Cardinals bullpen. Continue with the bullpen. We need to talk about Yandro, or however you say his name, Gomez. Went from the Rays to the Twins. I think he's now like 5 for 5 or something like that in save situations. So he's the new guy. Topa is out. Rogers is out. Griffin Jack's gone now. Whoever else you thought was going to take over as closer, nope. Yandro Gomez, or however you say his name, is traded very shortly into the season from the Rays. So that's your man. Now we move to the offensive side. Tristan Peters, for me, came out of nowhere, but I also don't follow the White Sox as closely as anyone should. Like Grant Taylor's also a really good look out of the bullpen. I don't trust it though because he may not get as many looks. But Tristan Peters has almost a 300 batting average. He is batting towards the bottom of the lineup, so that's not great. We'll see if he can work his way up. But again, batting 300, what's it going to hurt? What's it going to hurt, Chicago White Sox? And in any case, moving on to another offensive weapon. This is going to be for the freaking Cardinals again, Blaze Alexander. Now, I'm sure everyone remembers that name mainly because he hit a 500-foot home run as a 13-year-old. I'm sure he was using an aluminum bat, so probably helped him out a little bit there, but still. 500-foot home run, 10 years ago, however old he is, I don't know, he blasted his first Major League home run this past week, so that was cool for him. But yeah, he's also doing pretty well. Someone else for the Cardinals, again, we're going to talk about him. Joshua Baez, Lord have mercy. He is hitting the ball hard in minors. So look at him, even if you have an NA or something like that. And that's going to do it for the people I think you should pick up. So we're done with the recaps, done with people you should add, and done overall with week 11. We are trending upward. We're definitely looking forward to it, but there's still a lot of work to do. Just barely halfway through the season, and again, cannot be complacent. We can be happy with where we are, but we cannot be complacent because complacency is going to lead us to missing the playoffs, and that's not what we want to do. So keep on coming back. We'll see you next week as we continue this ship towards the ship, because that's what the end goal always is. We want the crown beside our name in ESPN, and we want a higher Yahoo score to get to platinum or whatever it is. But in any case, this is JK. Thank you for sharing part of your day with me.